I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. The heavy rains created some anxious moments last night in a neighborhood that's become used to flood problems. Emergency personnel rescued an elderly woman from her home that had become surrounded by raging water in the Myers Grove section of the Town of Deerpark. This morning, the waters of the Neversink River had receded, allowing motor vehicle access to the house at 20 Grove Street. Last night, it was an island stuck between the river and the swift waters that were running in front of the house. The homeowner, 66-year-old Donna Dunnett, a woman with medical issues, was stuck in the house. Her brother-in-law told us he came home from work and learned of the decision to get her out and to safety, even though she didn't want to go.
And everybody had opinions on what they should do, but nothing was getting done. It took 3 hours, and she was pulled out up the river a quarter mile. Very upset because she didn't want to leave in the first place, and now she's upset with me for allowing it to happen.
Donna Dinette was staying with a friend after receiving hospital treatment for hypothermia. Tonight could be a big night for James Taylor, the man behind the proposed Taylor biomass garbage to electricity operation. The Montgomery Town Board is expected to consider site plan approval for the project that could pave the way for construction. Taylor is hoping to get the okay to begin construction this year in order to qualify for a $30 million federal grant. The project has gotten a $100 million federal loan approval. Environmental opponents have been arguing for a further review of potential negative impacts. Supporters say the project has been thoroughly reviewed. Reporter Megan Murphy will have a complete report on tonight's Montgomery Town Board meeting in Friday's Times-Herald Record. Tomorrow marks the 2-year anniversary of the disappearance of Laura Garza, the Brooklyn woman who became the object of an intense manhunt that ended tragically last April when her remains were found off a road near Scranton, Pennsylvania. She was last seen in Orange County in the company of Town of Wallkill resident Michael Mealy after meeting him in a Manhattan nightclub. Mealy remains a person of interest in the case. He's been serving prison time for failing to register as a sex offender, but he is expected to be released by Christmas. Reporter Keith Goldberg will have the latest on the homicide investigation in tomorrow's Times-Herald Record, and you can get a complete update on the Garza case by going to recordonline.com/Garza. The Sullivan County District Attorney's Office had hoped the man they called a serial DWI offender would have gotten prison time. Today, 55-year-old Luis Castro of White Lake was sentenced to a year in county jail for a felony drunk driving conviction. Castro had nearly crashed into a sheriff's department vehicle while driving drunk last May on Route 17B. Castro had 5 prior drinking and driving convictions and, according to the DA's office, has never held a valid driver's license. They'd wanted a state prison sentence of up to 3 years. Elsewhere, fire investigators in Port Jervis are trying to determine the cause of a Wednesday evening blaze that badly damaged the 2-story house at number 51 Orange Street. The fire began on the 2nd floor and destroyed that section of the house. No one was home at the time. 2 men lived in the upstairs apartment. A woman and her 4 children lived on the 1st floor. Firefighters from Port Jervis and vicinity were able to keep the flames from spreading to the ground floor apartment. That part of the house sustained smoke and water damage. And the town of Wallkill has a buyer for its former town hall building and adjoining property. The town board last night voted to sell the 4.5-acre property off Route 211 for $1.8 million to Southern Realty and Development of Warwick. The plan is to build an extended stay hotel and restaurant on that site. The property also includes the land under the Town of Wallkill Ambulance Corps building, which means the Corps will need to vacate and find a new location. A closing on the sale is expected within the next 4 months. After Wednesday's rain and windstorm, it will be all quiet on the local weather front for the next few days. Tomorrow will be mostly cloudy with some breaks of sunshine, but it'll be cold. Temperatures won't get any higher than the mid-40s. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds again on Saturday, with the highs topping out at around 40 degrees. Get caught up on all the day's events and find out what's ahead by picking up tomorrow's Times-Herald Record, and keep clicking back here at Record Online to stay on top of all the breaking news. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.